Hello, welcome YouTubers. Welcome to another video of Abe's Front Porch Talk. I'm just gonna discuss some stuff with you tonight. And I have been seeing some things on Twitter about people dealing with chronic pain. Now, in one of my videos, I've done one about living with chronic pain. So this video can kind of go along with that. But, sorry, I'm moving the selfie stick around, I know. But this one has me here about people are losing their pain medicine by their pain doctors or the medical doctors. And people are suffering for all these other people who has addiction problems. We should not have to suffer as pain sufferers with addiction problem. There's too many people out here that hurts with chronic pain. And chronic pain people are having to pay for others that they shouldn't have to pay for. And the doctors don't even understand what we're going through. This is nothing that can be eased up by pain creams and pain patches from over the counter. Any of the over the counter medication may help relieve some pain, but not all pain can be relieved. So we need something stronger that can actually help. And that's why we trust our doctors to give us stuff. But it's getting to the point that our doctors are thinking pain is in the head, that it's a psychological problem. And I've had people that ask me, is it a psychological problem with the pain? No, it is not. So how many of you that suffers with chronic pain has heard it's a psychological problem, knowing it's not? How many people has suffered with pain that's committed suicide that's no longer getting their pain medication? You do not live in this body like I do. I don't live in your body. And you're supposed to be so educated, paid so many hundreds of thousands of dollars for a doctor's degree, but yet you do not want to listen to your patients. But you want to go on the studies of scientists that says it's in people's head, the brain tricks them. And you teach this to other people. Let me tell you something. You are wrong. And you are so wrong. Scientists got people thinking there's no such thing as a God. So you tell me, how could they even know what pain feels like when they're not even experiencing it themselves? I've had people to tell me, oh, well, I hurt too. And, a lot of people hurts. Yeah, there's a difference in pain, normal pain that hits you every day, or a little bit of arthritis pain that could come and go. But when it's constant and it's deep inside the body, and it feels like you have grabbed an electric fence and you're getting that shock wave going through your body. I feel like I fell into an electric fence and I'm stuck, and the fence itself, I've got the top wire running across, then I'm in the middle of the bottom and the top wires, and I'm stuck there, and I can't get loose because the way I fell, and I'm waiting on somebody to come and turn the fence off. This goes on for weeks and days in my body. If I don't take certain medications that the doctor's giving me, when they if I'm in a vehicle, I was starting to jump ahead there, sorry. If I'm in a vehicle with someone and we stop somewhere at a store or wherever, and the person I'm with gets out and I stay in the car and they go close the door, just the jar of that door shutting sends the shock wave right through my body. I don't even like to be touched because it triggers the shock wave. And when that shock wave runs through my body, it hurts. I've even had the nerve endings to fire off, go from my feet all the way into my ear and felt like it hit the eardrum. I can tell what's going on with my own body than my own doctors can by all these darn tests they run all the time. I'm tired of being put in MRI machines and X-ray machines and fighting for disability and keep getting turned down. This is 10 years of it. I'm tired. I am so tired that I understand why people are committing suicide, and the blood of these people who's committed suicide are on our government's hands. And you think, well, I'm just doing my job and I worked this case in the Social Security Administration. I see several cases, so I denied them because I didn't believe their case. Well, you got to face God for that person, and He'll bring their name up, and He will show you that person in the afterlife. You can laugh and smucker and laugh about all these things, saying that ain't true, that's a myth, but I'm telling you, I promise you, when you die, you will see these exact words and you will remember this video you watched. Not only that, these judges who has denied people because they're thinking, well, they didn't have a prescription for this or that, but they have all these other problems here. I'm still denying their claim. You as a judge will be more responsible for someone's death than ever before. I had a judge in 2017 go off the deep end on me and start yelling and screaming at me at the end of everything. It all was running smoothly, and it was just over one little question, and I've been told to keep everything short and sweet. And I was trying to start out explaining the answer, and when he just went off the deep end, I couldn't do nothing about it legally. No one would step up to the plate and do anything. I could not go before him, one-on-one, face-to-face with him, with attorneys or the representative I had or anybody in the Social Security Administration face-to-face where we could have a meeting about his attitude and get an apology from this man or a written letter of an apology from him. None of that happened. And that's wrong. But if I had came home after that and just blew my brains out, my blood would have been up on his hands, and when he died, he would have saw me in the afterlife. Now, this is how it's really going to go. And I hate to have to put everything like this, but it's true. It will go exactly like this. And to a total stranger, when you're working someone's case you don't know and never met them, and you're seeing their case, God's going to show you, hey, you remember this person? You had their case. This is what the person looks like. This is what they're dealing with on a daily basis. But you turned them away. You said no. I was trying to deal with you to say yes. It is a hard thing out here in this world to deal living with chronic pain. And then with the pain addiction problems people has with the medications, don't make me suffer for what someone else has done by getting addicted to the pain medicine. I should not have to suffer because someone has the addiction problem and I need my medicine so I can take it when I need it to help relieve pain so I can sleep at night. And there are times I don't sleep, and when the pain gets so bad, I need something to release so I can get rest. And there's a lot of people in this situation. But yet doctors are scared to write it now and afraid of going to jail. There should be a system, and this system should be to see who has abused it and who hasn't. I try to get a good relationship with my doctor to let them know I do not have an addiction problem. I have a whole staff of pharmacists that knows that I do not have an addiction problem. So if you can get your pharmacist to back you up as well and say, hey, they don't. They come in here on time. Their medicine is taken like it should be. And then, let it be a good system this way. But if you ever get caught abusing it, where you have been arrested or any other way you got caught abusing the pain medications, then you have messed your own self up. You should have to suffer then because you done it to yourself and you knew the chances. But I should not have to suffer for your mistake. There are so many people out here in this world that has committed suicide because their pain doctors that they was going to at the pain clinics has been arrested and their medical doctor has dropped them and won't even see them. And when they trying to apply to get into a different medical doctor, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. When the patient has tried to get into a different medical doctor to get help, that doctor office turned them down because of the pain clinic doctor they was going to, and their medical doctor dropped them thinking they just wanting pain medicine. They don't even have an addiction problem. They need it. Well, the doctor from the pain clinic told them they must take the medicine like it is. If he's got prescribed to them to take 5 times a day, they're having to do what he said, or he's told them he will not see them again. Well, the medical doctors done said they will not write the prescription. That's what the pain clinics are for. But when things go down, everyone wants to drop you. They don't want you as a patient. So people that couldn't even get into another doctor because what's happened with the pain doctors getting arrested, well then they couldn't get no relief, so they just took their own life. How many of you has lost a loved one due to no doctors will write pain medicine anymore to your loved one because of their doctors being arrested and afraid that they was getting addicted or they had an addiction problem, so they turned them all away and that loved one committed suicide for there was no relief. How many more people must die through suicide under our government and doctors' hands when there should be a system in today's world? Doctors should have a system where it could be pulled up into a system at the doctor's office. If you ever been arrested for abusing pain medication, then they should say, well, you have been arrested. Looks like you're on probation now, or you've been on probation for this, so I will not write this medication for you. And if it is a very serious that needs to be like the person who has the addiction problem were in a freak accident later, down the road or something after they've been arrested for abusing and stuff, then the doctor should say, hey, I will write this, but you must report to my office for breakfast when I first open up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You must arrive here at this time, pick up your first dosage. At lunchtime, I want you here picking up your second. And then at dinner time, I want you to come and pick up your third. And that's the way it should be. And when they're closed on the weekends, well then, they just out of luck until the doctor's office open back up on Monday morning. Because they've already lost that trust. They might get a couple of pain medicine to get them through Saturday and Sunday, but they might need money and sell it to someone and do without, but come Monday morning, they're showing up at the doctor's office. It's going to be hard. I've heard that ERs are turning people away from pain medicine, that they will not write pain medicine anymore. And they're turning people away because of the addiction problem there is. And I know they're trying to stop people filling up the ER room just wanting to get pain pills because the satisfy their addiction problem, but there's got to be a better way. You know who these people are when they're coming, and you know who's doing this. So you can either just say no more pain medicine and let them leave if that's what they're doing. But when someone is not abusing the medications, don't make that person suffer because of someone else's stupidity. There's people committing suicide, and we need to stop the suicides. We need to stop all things that's going on. And for people that believes pain is a psychological problem, well, it is not a psychological problem. Quit believing the lies of the scientists. Some scientists already says that there's no God. And they teach this in school about how humans started and how the earth really was created, which is a total lie. Because they don't want the truth out here. No one should have to suffer over someone else's addiction problem. We should not have to lose our medical doctors because I was referred to go to a pain clinic and the pain doctor was arrested. I should not have to suffer because I was referred to them and then my medical doctor says, oh, I don't want to see you no more. Don't judge me. Don't condemn me for what you forced me into do because you said you could not write the medicine and you could not treat the pain. So that's why I needed to go to a pain doctor. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this to me. And this is what you need to start saying. Do not treat me this way when you denied to be my doctor for the pain and you are a medical doctor and you're telling me you can't treat it. So I need to go here, but when something goes wrong, I'm no longer your patient. But now I was your patient all these years, for 5 or 10 years, up until that one doctor got arrested. And then you dropped me like a hot potato, which is wrong. No, that's not right. And you cannot even write a letter of recommendation to another medical doctor on my behalf. See, why does the medical doctors drop you like a hot potato when they are the one that suggested or referred you over to a pain specialist? And when things went wrong, guess what? You're the one suffering and your medical doctor is out of the ball game. Well, something needs to happen then to the medical doctor that referred you to begin with. Don't you think? Don't you think that medical doctor should be in trouble because he or she said, I can't treat your pain. You need to go here that can do it. They're the ones that should be in trouble for even saying they couldn't treat you. But it seems like that's not the way it works. We shouldn't have to suffer for our doctor's mistakes either. That's wrong. And it's not right. And today, as you can tell, I ain't even fixed up or really dressed. Look, I ain't even fixed my hair for a video because I have not felt good. This weekend I haven't even felt good. But I've tried to struggle as much as I could. And today, the pain has been so bad in my body, it finally drained me so bad to where I have chronic fatigue syndrome and I was slept most of the day. Our lives with chronic pain is basically over and no one don't understand. We are suffering for someone else's wrongdoings. People don't understand this is not psychological problems. I've been told that my brain is tricking me into thinking I'm hurting and that it's all in my head and I'm not really hurting like I am. This is no psychological problems. This is nothing to do with pain. My brain is not tricking me. I'm in severe pain. God has already told that off to some people. God has came through. And God has came through and gave the confirmation that, hey, Abe is sick. This is no psychological problem. He does suffer with chronic pain. No, I didn't have an injury. It just started happening as a child. And as the older I got, the worse it got. Now, I have had some injuries throughout the years that probably progressed it on stronger than what it should. But other than that, you know, it was going on even as a child. Pain does not discriminate against race, does not discriminate against what nation you're from, or what sex you are, male or female. Doesn't even discriminate how old you are. We've got to get over the age thing too. Don't you remember in the book of Jeremiah, God told the prophet Jeremiah to tell the people if his children did not straighten up and repent, he was going to cast all sickness and plagues upon them. And this is what's going on. That's going to be another story for another day. But we've got to stop this with our doctors referring us to places, and then when something goes wrong, we suffer and they drop us like the hot potato. Why ain't our medical doctors getting checked out for referring us to these pain clinics and telling us, well, won't you go there? And then, well, why couldn't the medical doctor just write some prescriptions for us and tell us, hey, yeah, we can do it, we can treat you? What's up with this? Somebody's running somehow or another and getting out of it. Leave a comment and tell me what you think about this video. And tell me your opinions on how you think doctors should be treating us. And how you think the people with the addiction problem has caused us to suffer. And just because someone takes pain medicine every single day, and if the doctor has wrote it out for 4 times a day, does not mean it's an addiction problem. That's what chronic pain is. Chronic pain syndrome is somebody lives with this 24/7. Some days are worse than others. But you can't get people to understand this. So tell me how you feel in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you for listening to Abe's Front Porch Talk.